Welcome to another edition of That's Nats. I'm your host, Miss Chatter, reporting live from Viera, Florida, where it's sunny, but don't let the sun fool you. It has been extremely cold. The weather is not cooperating. Today is Sunday, February 18th, and we again checked in with the pitchers and catchers who have already been in camp for about a week, along with the position players who reported early. Ryan Church has a welcome to all his fans out there.
You're not missing much. A little windy here, but I just want to say hello.
Thank you, Ryan, for your lovely message to fans. And, now that you know me, I wonder if you'd be willing to use my That's Nats music for your batting music. Just a thought. So yes, we're in Florida where there is real live baseball stuff going on. To hear the sounds of bats cracking on balls, to have my son chasing balls, and having a little boy with you at spring training is a whole nother thing. Yesterday I caught some batting practice with Kearns up to bat, being one of the early reporters to spring training camp. After practice was over, I caught up with Kearns and congratulated him on signing a multi-year deal. Unfortunately, he wasn't very chatty, so that's the end of that. Yesterday, Alex Escobar was seen throwing catch for a little while. A recent report says he's not worried about competing for the left field position, he just wants to make sure he's healthy. Therefore, I think Ryan Church might be the #1 man. We'll have to see. This being pitcher and catcher week, of course, the focus is on the pitchers. Yesterday they were seen practicing strengthening with medicine balls against the wall. Kind of cute. The weather was pretty miserable today. I watched from the safety of my car as players wandered over to the complex from the stadium. Most were wearing hoodies, hugging themselves, and walking very slowly. I don't think they were anticipating being out in that wind. I'd guess the wind was probably blowing about 40 miles per hour and the temperatures were in the 40s. It was pretty miserable. As I walked down to the field where warm-ups were taking place, my eyes were watering, my nose was running, but there's no crying in baseball, so I soldiered on. The way spring training worked was all of the players reported to one field for warm-ups. They did some interesting stretches and jumps and whatnot. Like the chicken dance. And then they played catch. You know, a normal baseball thing to do. If you think it's hard to recognize a player out of uniform, imagine trying to recognize a player wearing a solid red jersey, a knit cap, and sunglasses. So unfortunately, I don't have a lot of reports on who was in camp other than the people I recognized, which wasn't very many. I did notice the pitchers warming up in the bullpen or whatever the pitching area they were in practicing because they did have their jerseys on, although I would have recognized some of them anyway. John Roush, Luis Sayala. There was also Simon Tachi. John Roush is sporting a very close-cut haircut. I'm gonna miss the shaggy thing, but maybe he'll grow it out by the time the season starts. I was amused to note today that Jim Bowden and I were wearing matching track pants. I was going to say you'll have to trust me on this, but it appears that at one point when I had the camera hanging down next to me, I accidentally hit the record button. So here you go. Pitchers were practicing bunting skills on one field. On another field, they were practicing covering home plate and tagging a runner out. Other pitchers were practicing pitching. The biggest news today was the appearance of Christian Guzman in camp, who reported that his shoulder after surgery last season is not 100%. Reports are that he should be ready by opening day. However, the Nationals signed Ronnie Belliard, the tongue. And I say that because he sticks his tongue out when he's in the batter's box, in case people don't read my blog regularly. To a minor league contract, non-guaranteed. Should Guzman not be ready, Lopez will remain at shortstop and Belliard will most likely cover second base. That's pretty cool. Guzman also did some infield practice, fielding grounders. I think that was Lopez with him, although, once again, with all the hats and sunglasses and no names on the jersey, it's kind of hard to tell. The players have been really gracious about signing autographs. I've been impressed to see several fans there with like boxes of cards. I don't know how they keep track of all of them. And they know everybody. Josh Wilson, who made the comment when signing one card of, "Can you believe they made cards like this once?" Oy. Apparently it was embarrassing to him. Anyway, they have these books and boxes of cards and they just try to get whoever they can to sign, and they have cards for everybody, people that I don't even know who they are. It's pretty impressive. So if you want some memorabilia signed, this is definitely the place to be. Well, I guess that's all for today. Thanks for joining us for another edition of That's Nats. I'm off to help build a sandcastle. Signing off till next time, this is Miss Chatter. I apologize for the pauses. That has been the biggest thing pointed out to me about these recordings. I'm still getting used to sitting in front of a camera talking to myself. Or talking to that little lens right there.